In 1937, the Walt Disney Company released the first animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This was the start of the Golden Age. This is Kyle's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and I have set out on the quest to watch every Disney animated film in order, so I can rank them all. And at the end, I will rank them in entirety, but right now we're going to rank them by the era. This is the first era, the Golden Age, from 1937 to 1942, which includes the films Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi. So, what is my ranking? Well, let's see. This is probably one of the shortest eras. There's only 5 films in total, and these are all around good films. They're every other era I would say is a good era in Disney animated film wise. So, where I'm gonna rank? Let's see where I'm gonna rank them. This one was hard. Actually, kind of, but not really. So, number 5 will be Fantasia. I feel like this is going to be controversial, but I feel like whatever I put the bottom list is going to be controversial. I like Fantasia, but I think I like the more narrative structure better. I feel like if this film would have been, this is the one film I would tweak the most of all of them. I think, compared to the other ones, which I would say are short, this one felt longest, and it made me feel the most drowsy. Mostly because I didn't like the first 2 shorts, which the first one I can't even say it. I call it in D minor. It's like, okay, that's just okay, but then I got the Nutcracker Suite, which just did nothing for me. We finally got a good one, in my opinion, which is Sorcerer's Apprentice. I felt that had good animation with a narrative in it next to music. This is the only short in the film that uses original music, not classical pieces made by another composer. The Red Spring I like, but it feels kind of out of place here. They talk about science, which is weird. It doesn't feel like it belongs in the movie. I'm not sure what I was trying to say either. Then we got the Pastoral Symphony, which is actually one of my favorites. It's a longer short, but I like it. It tells a nice narrative story in great mythology. I know they edited out the race part, but actually that's one of the things I don't mind, because you don't even notice it, so that's the only problem with that one. And we got the Dance of Hours, which I actually don't like. I feel like it's comedic, but it just just hippos and crocodiles. Nine Ball Mountain is probably my favorite because it's cool. The only problem is it's way too short. Like, you think this one would be okay, they wasted a lot of time with leaves and fairies. Just think, oh, we're gonna get cool dark imagery, and then nope, it's gone. I guess they couldn't go too dark. Ave Maria is, I think, pretty forgettable. But that's just me. Like I said, I liked Nine Ball Mountain, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Pastoral the Pastoral Symphony, a lot, and the others are not that bad either, but altogether it's like, yeah, I feel like they should have cut out the Nutcracker Suite if I were to do this, or Dance of Hours. I don't really like them that much. And then again, they already cut out like the Blue Bayou already, so I like it. Do I love it? No. I feel like people are gonna hate me for this, but I like Fantasia 2000 better. But we're not talking about that right now. Let's go on to number 4 on the list, which is Bambi from 1942. The first time I ever saw Bambi was there. I actually haven't seen it. I didn't see it when I was a kid. Unlike the other films here. Bambi is okay. I think it's better than Fantasia, because I think it's maybe I like Fantasia's better now that I think about it. Okay, let's talk about Bambi. The backgrounds are great. The forest looks amazing in this film. It's probably one of the best backgrounds. Not the best animated ones. I noticed sometimes when Bambi will be missing, detail, which I felt weird. I know this film had a bad production history. I guess I also got to talk about the mom's death, which I felt was very rushed and didn't impact me at all. I was waiting for that to happen, and I was like, oh, okay, that's how they set it up. Literally, she's dead. His dad's like, yeah, your mom's dead. Because I have to raise you now. And then it cuts to this really terrible song number that's literally called a gay little spring song. And yeah, I only liked one song in the film. No, only one song. I remember two songs. One of them was bad. The other one I liked. I liked Little April Showers. That's about it. There's only 4 songs in the film. The romance sucked. Let's be honest. It's just a female deer. They met me as kids, and it just reminds me of, I think, Lion King is a better version of this. I know Lion King is kind of a ripoff, but that's another story. And at the beginning is a bit too cutesy. Like, okay, I think another film on this list does the cutesy stuff better. That's Bambi. Not much to say about it. Mom gets shot in the face. Next film, which is a Pinocchio, which I feel like I've seen the most as a kid. I like how dark it is. I guess I don't really have a problem. I really like the film. It's nice, like the clock scene, and I like how they'll show dark imagery in this. Pinocchio's kind of a dumb kid, but you like him. I got more grasp of him than I did Bambi, which is kind of why I didn't like Bambi that much. It's like you could have shown him growing a bit more, but I thought that was what the film's gonna be like. But nope, he's just kind of there. Pinocchio, I like. I'm not big. I like Jiminy Cricket, but I don't love him. I'm not one of those people who hate him either, though. So I'm in the middle. I felt it was kind of dumb that Geppetto just let him go to school literally the next day. Like, you just made them. So I felt like they should have had more of a connection, but they didn't, which is weird. As we rewatched, like, oh, that's kind of weird. And yeah, all the hijinks are fun. It's a fun film. The ending's good. They usually have good endings. The songs are okay. I don't particularly like them. I don't love the main song that everyone else seems to love, especially Disney. It's like, it's just there. I think the moral's kind of weird, but that's more of a moral dispute and not the film dispute. I think it's good, but some people say it's the best animated film. No, like I said, the connection I never get that connection, mostly because we never see the one in Pinocchio is actually alive in his connection to Geppetto. They just, okay, let's go off. So I guess that's just weird. Let's go to number 2, which is when I get to number 2, you're gonna know what number 1's gonna be. But let's just say it. Number 2 is Snow White and 7 Dwarfs, or the first animated film ever made. Technically speaking, still people point out something else, but we're just gonna say for the sake of fact that this is the first one. I like pretty much a lot of this prep. I think it's one of the best animated films on this list. And it shows like a lot of the hard work put into this film, and the ending is amazing. It's like a very emotional film. Even though Snow White is a very strong character, you do actually kind of like her. She's not as bland like Aurora is, but she takes care of the dwarves, who are also pretty likable characters. I think those are really well done characters there. And of course they have the song. The songs for the Hi-Ho's a classic. The other songs are really 30s-ish. Betty Boop-ish, as somebody said. The prince kind of sucks, but you kind of want it. It's the reason you want to see him get with Snow White. I don't know why that is. He's like there, and then he's not there, and then he's back in the ending. I think the villain's not the first villain, that's technically Pete, but first animated villain, the evil queen is good. The design's great, and when she comes to the old hag, he's pretty scary looking. The ending is probably what sells me the most. It's very emotional, and you just remember, like, yeah, this was the first. It's like you just imagine, like, all the people who virtually watched this, and they did give it a standing ovation. It's like, this film's like, it's a great film. It's a shame it didn't win Best Picture. I feel like all these should have won. At least, maybe, I guess Fantasia and Pinocchio had to fight over that, but none of them won Best Animated Picture. Snow White was the closest to, but the stupid Academy, they still are retarded, by the way. They give these terrible movies awards they don't deserve. But one like Snow White, since 1937 they've been terrible award ceremony. They didn't give it because it doesn't have actual people in it. You know, it had a lot of people working on it. So screw the Academy Awards. That's a different topic. Snow White, if you haven't watched it for some reason, go watch it. In fact, watch every one of these films. But let's go on to number 1, because you already know what it is. It's the flying elephant himself, Dumbo. Why do I like this film? I don't know. I just like the narrative structure. compared to all the protagonists, I think Dumbo's actually the strongest, which is funny because he's doesn't even talk. And I think that's one of the reasons I like him, because they're able to, instead of having dialogue, they have to use the animation to show how that character is feeling. And we get to see the crazy life of the circus and how bad it is, especially if you have it's just basically a disability, which is, for Dumbo, is having giant ears that everyone makes fun of him for. The only person that he can trust is his mom, who gets locked up because she tried to help Dumbo by beating up the kid. That's a shame. It's very sad. I think it's a more sad film. It's more, even though I think Pinocchio is probably the darkest film because of the donkey stuff, that's pretty creepy still. But Dumbo, it's like how all the shit that he has to go through, like that he didn't do anything to deserve. Pinocchio made him kind of dumb, so maybe he deserved that. He's literally called Dumbo. That's like, I always thought that's a dumb name. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. As a kid, I thought, like, why do they call him Dumbo? That's a dumb name. Cause I guess I was dumb. I did watch it, but I didn't pay attention. So Dumbo just has a mouse to help him out. And then basically in the end, they learn all Dumbo's ears, they actually can help him out in the end. He can actually fly after them. The crows help him teach him, which I actually don't think they're racist, but then again, I guess I am dumb for thinking that. I'm not one of those people who, I don't know. I didn't read into it that much. They did help out Dumbo, and they're like the only good. There's like very few positive characters in the movie, and the fact they're one of them shows me that, I don't know. There's a lot. I can go into that different topic. I can talk about why I don't believe the film is racist, but there is racist films that Disney has done, like Song of the South and the stuff in Fantasia and the one cartoon of Mickey Mouse being blackface, but I don't think Dumbo's one of them, oddly. And also Peter Pan, don't forget Peter Pan, that one is really hard to watch. That's a different era. So I like Dumbo. Well, I just like I like the character. I like the Timothy Q Mouse. His middle initials Q. I like him better than Jiminy Cricket. Sorry. And I guess the one, not only do I like that, and it's like the underdog treatment he has, but I also like the pink elephant scene, which is probably the best scene in any of these films. Yeah, Dumbo gets drunk. I like that. You don't see that in animated films. The little baby elephant gets drunk. That's something like, oh, that's pretty messed up, but they do it, and he sees pink elephants, and they use that scene just to show off how creative they can get their animation. Which, if that's what they're gonna do, then fine. You know, it's a cool scene, and I like Dumbo a lot. It's kind of hard to talk about a film you like, but go watch Dumbo. It's a very heart-lifting movie. It's a sad, I would say, the biggest tearjerker of these. And that's how I rate them mostly, how they made me feel emotionally. And Dumbo made me feel the most emotionally, based on I felt the most for Dumbo and his mom. And I liked them at the end. He finally got to see his mom again. It was nice. And yeah, I do like the ending a lot. Like I said, the ending does a lot. I wrote ending 3 times on this list. And yeah, that's why I say the Golden Age. I definitely recommend watching Golden Age. And I cannot wait to, actually I can't wait, because this era isn't that good, the next era. Next time I see you, we'll be talking about the wartime era. So stay tuned for that. Well, when you wish upon a star, I guess your dreams will come true. And stop remaking these films.